Okay, everybody, it's Craig, and I'm here for my first major video. Something that I'm going to talk about in this video, or the main thing I'm going to talk about in this video, is something that is close to my heart in the sense that this concept and this understanding has helped me get through a lot of darker times in my life when I was younger. It's understanding what a lot of people know as shame-based issues. Shame-based issues, interesting concept. Shame to me is a tough subject to talk about. And you won't get too many people openly talking about it and understanding it for that matter, or even knowing how to deal with it. The number one issue that I find when it comes to people understanding how to deal with shame is they don't understand that they actually can't get an answer to why it happened to them. There is no analysing the shame or the situation over and over again and understanding why it happened. Because shame comes from someone else. Shame comes from individuals that haven't known how to express their own issues, situations that have happened to them at the time, and the only way that they can unburden themselves of these terrible feelings or these shame feelings that they carry around themselves is to unload it upon to someone who is someone that allows them to do this. Shame is not yours to deal with. Shame is someone else's rubbish that is dumped upon you. So I want to be really clear in that. A lot of people get stuck with their lives, with situations that have happened to them, and terrible situations and treatment that might have happened through, verbal abuse, physical abuse, mental abuse. It happens throughout every aspect of our lives, really. On this world that we live in, unfortunately, in general, there's a real shame-based culture. There's a real, I want to control you to make myself feel better. I will unload upon someone that doesn't understand or is young or easily manipulated, and I'm going to control them, and I'm going to unload my bad feelings upon them through trying to control them. Control is shame. Control to me is shame. So when you try and control someone else, you are doing something that is actually against the fabric of who we really are. The only person in life that anyone should be trying to control is themselves. And too many people don't even understand that they can have control in their own lives. And I think this is where it starts from. But there's quite a few things that I want to talk about this subject over the journey. It's a really deep-seated issue throughout our society. It's something that I think that we're brought up in. We're brought up in shame-based cultures where the parents don't know exactly how to communicate or deal with a child being unruly, and they'll give them a beating, or they'll yell at them and scream at them and come down on them because they don't know how to help that child express or understand what's going on in the first place. Communication is key to taking back your power, taking back the control of your own life. Life is not meant to be controlling others. Life's like a river, and there's a big river that flows through our lives, and that river, we've helped to create that river. And we need to understand and remember that we helped to create this river, this flow of life that happens for all of us. And we all have our unique journeys on this river. Hop into the river, allow yourself to go with the flow, as they say. Basically, it is not about, you can't control that river. It's too big, it's too powerful, it's got the flow, but you've actually created that river yourself to hop into, to trust that yourself at a deeper level has been involved in creating that flow and that life for oneself and that direction that you actually want to go in, even though you might not be aware of it. Shame is a thing that, that stops us realizing to go with the flow. It blocks us. It holds us back. as I was saying at the start, it's not something you can deal with. It's not something that you can analyze and say, I've solved this problem. I'm now free of shame. The only thing that needs to be done with shame, and this is going to sound really, really simple, because it actually is, and it's something that I had to do through visualization techniques and a little bit of meditation when I was younger and I was first learning about it. I was taught a couple of these things by some of my mentors when I was younger. That when a feeling comes up, when a bad feeling comes up, that usually comes from a situation or a memory or of something that has happened to you that you haven't been able to accept and has made you feel fear and has made you feel not in control of yourself, and so you close down and you feel that you can't do anything about the situation, and you take on that shame from that other person regardless of how it comes across. Basically, you've got someone else's issue dumped upon you, but you've allowed them to dump it upon you because you've been in a situation in life where maybe you were a very young child or you didn't understand that you didn't have to accept it. As a grown man, if someone came at me like that, I could stand up and say, excuse me, I'm not interested in your rubbish, move on your way. And you could actually have a say in it when you understand what these people are doing. But as a younger person, as an adolescent, as a child, you don't understand these concepts. You don't understand how to defend yourself or stand up for yourself. They take your power away as such. So, what do we do about it? It's all nice and well to understand what shame is. It's actually another understanding to know how to deal with it. So, it is very, very simple. The technique is this. So, I don't know how many of you guys have ever meditated out there. Some people have, some people haven't. Meditation is a form of stopping, focusing on your breathing, being centered, closing your eyes, allowing yourself to imagine that person that might have put those things upon you. Imagine, you don't have to recreate the whole situation, but if you can imagine the person that's dumped that rubbish upon you, then imagine yourself holding a black sack in your mind with all the shame, the stuff that they did to you, and holding it out and saying, here you go, this is yours. And you see that person, they have to take it back. Now, understand something, because this is often an issue for a lot of people where shame has been dumped from family members, from mothers and fathers and people that you don't want to hurt as a child. When you hand back that shame, you are not adding anything onto them. That has always been their issue. Now, that shame was probably dumped upon them from other individuals that brought them up or that were in their lives when they didn't have that control or, power to stop that person dumping on them. I like to see this as breaking the cycle of shame. It's breaking those chains. We all need to break chains. We need to stop trying to control everything. Life is not about control. Guess what? You're already behind the wheel of the bus. You're in control. You're actually driving. I love that little. You're driving the bus of life. It's your bus. You're the driver. You're the bus. You're the road outside. You're the sky. You're the weather. You're everything. You control the lot. If you want it to be a great day, it's going to be a great day. If you want it to be terrible things happen to you, then they can happen to you. But it's about understanding that you, and my belief is that you have the power to change your life in whatever way you like. And one of the things that blocks us from seeing that, one of the major blockages in life is shame-based stuff. When you understand that no one has the right to dump upon you, no one has the right to tell you that you're not an awesome person. No one has the right to abuse you. No one has the right to do anything that you don't want to let them do to you. Now, we understand that as adults. We understand that. But we just need to give it back. we need to give it back. We can't work it out. We don't know where the issue came from. We don't know when it started, but it's not yours to deal with. You don't have to face those demons. They're not your demons. There was someone else that was upset and angry and didn't know how to deal with their stuff, and they dumped it upon you. So I hope that this understanding helps you to recognize what shame is out there. If there's been situations in your life where you've had people come down upon you, teachers, people that you've trusted, whoever it might be, sack up that shame, get them to take it back. You don't have to confront that person. They're not even going to know that they've taken it back if they're alive and they're in life. They've already still got it. They've already still got to deal with it themselves. They've probably got to hand it back to their person, as I said before. So break those chains, give that shame back. Now, I'm going to leave this little video here now. I'm going to talk more about this concept because I think it's the freeing concept, should I say. I think it's very freeing. I think it's the major block that many of us carry. And, we've got to stop trying to force other people to do the things that we want them to do or to fit in the way that we want them to fit in. There's no such thing as a perfect jigsaw puzzle. Every piece is different and unique, and we all fit together in our own unique and, unbalanced and crazy way. It's time that we accept everyone for who they are, move forward with love, treat people the way you want to be treated, take what you like, chuck out what you don't like. If some of the things I say don't make any sense, that's okay. I'm putting this information out there because I went through a lot of stuff as a younger person, a lot of control, a lot of dumping, a lot of things that I felt like my life was out of my control, and that made me angry as a young person. And I think everyone's got to get their head around the fact that you are amazing individuals. Human beings are just the most unique and awesome and creative and magnificent beings that we can be. That's who we are. And we need to start believing in ourselves, and we need to start, getting rid of this shame, giving it back. There are things that that person didn't understand. That person didn't understand what they were doing to you. Let's give that shame back to where it came from. Let's free ourselves from those blockages, and let's start to create some real positive things in our lives. Let's start to be positive every day. Every day is a new now. The only thing that exists is now. Get out there and have a great now. When I wake up, today's going to be awesome. And that's how I go out and live life now. Today is going to be a great day for you. It's going to be awesome. Because guess what? You're in charge. You've got your power. No one can take that away from you. Empower yourself today. Give back the shame. Lots of love from Craig. This is Craig's World, and it does rock. And I want you guys to have an awesome, awesome day and an awesome night. And I'll see you on my next video. Cheers.